joke. Oh, good Lord. Bless me. It's fucking ridiculous. So fucking annoying. It's the annoying shit ever. All right. Yes. It's nice. Mm-hmm. Sure. Let's see. Shit. Da, 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 da. Mm. That's nice. My dog's snoring in the background very heavily. So if you're listening, that's what you hear. She's famous for her snoring. Hmm, that's interesting. This dog, that's a pretty good deal. Looks pretty nice. Have that one. I didn't even know these guys had that. Hmm, wow, hmm, that's interesting. Hmm, all these clubs here. Wow. Hmm, cool. Pasta shirt. Always one of those two. Oh, good lord. Looks like nothing more fucking shit on here. Uh, that's better. Dang, nobody loves me tonight? Shit. Okay. Been on here for like 15 minutes. I guess my notifications ain't coming out or everybody's going to sleep. It's almost midnight here. Alright. I see how it is. You guys don't love me tonight? That's cool. I can go sleep early. It's all good. I should go in my bed actually. Had a lot of late nights. Everybody must be like, yeah, Mark, you keep us up late. Last night I was on here till late. So everybody when I say, look, Mark, we're going to sleep, bro. It's cool. You guys want to go sleep. It's all good, you know. It's all good in my hood. I'll go sleep. It's cool. Tomorrow's another day. I already came on today anyway. Everybody. Okay. That's voice. All right. Let's see. Get the men. I'm just here looking at sales and all sorts of cool things. I'm just window shopping, online window shopping. I ain't got nothing else. Oh shit, they got these for sale? Oh man, I should get these. Oh shit, man. Oh man, that's a good price. I need those too. I wish I can get these, but they ain't got them. It just. Oh, wow, these are even less. Hmm, that's a very good price for those. Cool. Oh, black ones are nice. Those are really nice. Gray ones too. Oh, gray and whites. I have that one. Oh, man. That's a good price. I better get those. I have all those. That sucks because I have all those other ones. I have too many. Too many of those. But this one, holy shit, that's it. 26 bucks for that. I like those all black ones too. That's just out of stock, of course. Of course, it's out of stock. I knew it was too good to be true. Mhm. Those are the fucking blue ones, man. This product is blah blah blah. Those are the gray ones. White, black, carbon black, black and white, and black mono. Those are nice too. Hey Lala, how you doing? I'm over here just online checking things. Yeah, I've had 1,000 subscribers for a little while. I just needed some, more watch time hours, and then I finally got monetized. So I'm happy I couldn't have done it without everybody, but I'm glad. I'm just glad to have another option for people because everybody used to complain that I only had PayPal, and that's only because I live here. So now I have something that anybody can use, so it's beneficial for me and everybody else. So it's good. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm doing good. I had a good day. All went well. Yeah, I don't really mind having that little bit. I've been on here for like almost 5 years now, and at one point in time, I had like 900 and something, and then I lost like almost 200 people, 200 subscribers because I got into like a battle with all these people. A lot of people unsubscribed from me because I told them about themselves. So a lot of people left me, and then I gained them, gained everybody. Some people back, better people back is what I would say. But it never was a big deal to me anyway. Oh, that's good. A lot of people has been getting some good news, so I'm happy for everybody. I'm glad that things change, and things like that. So hopefully things get even better and better for everybody. But we'll see. You know, got good news today. My sister got good news about her divorce. It's almost like complete. Just got to sign a few more papers and we're done. And that's a wrap. And like I said, I got monetized this week. So all is good. Everything's looking good. Things are looking up. Just a few more things to do here and there, and we'll be good. So we'll see. We shall see. Otherwise, that it's good. Yeah, my brother got a divorce 5 years ago, and my sister's getting a divorce now. And it's never good, period. But in both cases, they're both happier now than they were with their spouse. So they're much better off without the shit they were with. So, and all in all, it was a good decision for both of them. That's one of the reasons why I don't get married, or I don't. I mean, I'd love to get married to somebody and have a child. I'm 47, so I don't feel like my time is running out because I know a guy that's 60 that's on his sixth child or seventh child or something like that. And his wife's like 43 or something like that. So there's still hope. There's still like, uh, it's always possible for a guy to have a kid. Woman's a bit different depending on, her body. But that's one of my dreams is to get married and have a child. Even if I don't have a child, at least get married and, experience what it's like. But nowadays, it's getting more and more difficult because of the way people are and just the ignorance involved, you know. Yeah, I feel like I look good for 47 because a lot of people that I know that's 47, they look like shit. And that's because they drink and smoke. See, I don't drink and smoke. I stopped. This August will be 7 years I stopped drinking and smoking. When I reached 40, I was like, yeah, that's a wrap. I've been doing this shit for like ever. Yeah, the dating and living here in Bermuda, there's not that much choice of single decent women. If you're gonna get a single woman, she's gonna have like she's either been divorced or she's got kids. Like to find a single woman with no kids and ain't been married, that's like a task. 'Cause that's what I really want. Because I don't really want to deal with somebody else's bullshit and somebody else's experiences. I know that's kind of harsh sometimes, but that's just how I feel as a person. Like I shouldn't have to deal with someone else's shit and someone else's kids. I want my own. But when I say that, sometimes people get kind of defensive or sensitive. But it's my preference. I don't want to deal with somebody else's baby daddy. I don't want to deal with someone else's kids. I've been dealing with my nephews my whole life. So it'd be nice to have my own instead of going with somebody that already has their own and I got to deal with them. So it's not the same to me. But when I say that, sometimes people are like, oh my God, you're such an asshole. I'm like, no, I'm smart. So I don't want that. I don't have to slap your baby daddy for talking shit to me. That's not a good life. So yeah. Otherwise that life's good. I can't complain and I don't really if it happens, it happens. It don't, it don't. It don't really phase me anymore. I'm at the age where I'm enjoying myself. It's nice to come home and just have me and my dog and just chill and not have nobody nagging and bitching and moaning and aggravating me. You know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, it's the same thing for you. It's hard. You know? Like I know a woman that I was interested in. She's going 37. She has no kids. She's never been married, but she's just like a weirdo. So I'm like, well, I'm like, you're like a really good woman, but you're just weird. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? So yeah, I cut her off like last year. I speak to her, I say hello, but I cut her off as a potential because like she was just shady. I was like, yep, that's why you ain't got no man. These men figure you out real quick, sweetheart. I'm like, yeah, I know who you are. You can get me. So yeah, it's annoying. I mean, there's some days where like I would love to have somebody and do cool stuff with and enjoy a family with. I'm probably more prepared for that life now more than ever, but it's just some people never really find nobody. Some people, I mean, not saying that I'm not, but I'm also not really looking hard and I'm not really going out and putting myself out there because I don't want to, because I really don't want to do it. I'm happy the way I am now, just chilling, just doing what I gotta do and just being happy. Some people are like, oh, you should try, you should put yourself out there. I'm like, no thanks. You know? Oh yeah, there's a reason, that's for sure. And they could say the same shit about me, and my reason is I don't really care. I tell every woman and every guy, if you want to, you can go get somebody right now. Just put yourself out there, go to the clubs, go to events, go all over, and try and find somebody. You put yourself out there, but sometimes it's not really a good thing to do because then you end up finding yourself with someone that is not the right one. And then again, you might get lucky. You might just get lucky. Who knows? But I don't know. I've seen some candidates here and there, but they're all taken, or they're like women who are like got somebody like in the background, or like lying, or has kids, has a possessive baby daddy. Like I ain't got the time for that shit. I really don't. You know? I'll be honest, I don't really like care about a relationship anymore. If God presents a woman to me that I know I can be with, then I'll go for it. But if I find somebody interesting and I want to date her, I'm gonna go after her. But I'm not really like in the mood for that shit. And when I go on here, I hear about all the bullshit, and I saw my siblings go through it. My best friends are divorced. One of my good friends, he's about to get his second divorce. So it's like, you know, but I try not to base like everybody's flaws, into like, a discouraging feeling. I try not to do that, but I honestly just don't like. It's honestly hard to find a genuine person, even a friend, even to find a genuine friend, let alone a partner. Like to find a genuine friend these days is a pain in the ass, you know? Yeah, exactly. Now women think about me the same way. They're like, oh yeah, Mark's him. I ain't seen him nowhere. What is he doing? He must be screwing some hoes in his house or something. Or I'm like, yeah, well, think whatever you want. Like a lot of people like don't know you and they just judge you, but when they get to know you, they're like, oh shit, okay, cool. And I feel like a lot of people are just scared to talk. They just don't want to communicate. They don't want to like be upfront and forthcoming. You know what I mean? It's like they rather stare at you, admire you, and like tell somebody they like you, but they'll never say it to your face, or they'll never imply it, or like, do something to say hint, hint, So it's weird. Like a lot of people are so weird these days. They just don't really care. It's weird. Hey Ninja, how you doing? And when you're really complete with your own life and you know your value, like if you know you're a really good person and you can be like a really good partner for somebody, you kind of like value yourself so much that you don't even want to give nobody a try because they're not worthy. And once you get to that point, it's you find yourself very comfortable with yourself. And you're like, you know what, I don't need nobody. I'm good. And that's the point I've got myself to. And I'll be honest, and I don't like to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Like my heart doesn't feel that love for a woman like it used to. My heart's like, yeah, bro, we ain't gonna do that shit again. My heart would be like, yo, no, no, no. We ain't gonna do this bullshit again, bro. So like that's how I am. I honestly don't feel like a partnership love type of vibe in my heart. I really don't. It comes a point in your life where you're like, you get those butterfly feelings or the sexual like feelings when you're around somebody, or you get your heart starts racing, or you feel like so good around somebody. I don't get that shit no more. It's like it's gone, you know? And it's hard to say, and it's like it's fucked up, but it's just the way I feel. I just don't feel it anymore. I just don't feel like I can love a woman like I used to, because all these women are just so fucking shady. Like, yeah, everybody says that. Maybe this is my year. I say it every year. I don't, like I said, I'm not closed off or I'm not guarded or anything. I'm always willing for that. I never beg God to give me anybody. I just say, look, if you have somebody that needs me, Now, once me, you can bring them my way. If not, I don't give a fuck. I really know. I'm good. I honestly love like being by myself, but it'll be always nice to have somebody that's really genuine and decent. But that's really, really hard to find. Oh, it's good, Ninja. I'm just here shooting the shit, talking about relationships and how people are. But a lot of my friends I cut off too because they just weren't genuine. I can't trust them. And then, they're fair weather friends. They just use me for shit. Everything is, oh, you got this, you got that. I'm like, man, fuck you, man. Every time you see me, you want to ask me for something. Do I ask you for anything? God forbid I did. You'd be like, cut me off. So I honestly, like the last couple years, I just cut everybody off. When I see you, I see you. If I don't care. I don't want nobody hanging around my apartment and aggravating me and using my shit like they used to. And now I just like keep to myself. You know, this is the best thing I ever did was stay away from everybody. I gave up smoking, drinking, partying, going out. I haven't been to like a party forever. I don't plan on to either. I like to be home and just stay away from people because people are so fucking weird. So maybe one day in the near future it'll happen. If it does, you guys will be the first ones to know. You know. But if it doesn't, I always have everybody in here. I always have, all these single women in here that, be my online flings. Our online little, escapade or whatever, whatever you want to call it. I always have fun with all the single women on here. We talk a lot of shit to each other and have fun. You know. Yes, Miss Bikini's my widow. Ninja's married, so she's my ninja friend. Granny Ninja. Lala's taken, but I have some single women in here where I tease them and I say, look, if your man ain't doing it, you can always take a screenshot of Marky and claim me, and I'll be your online man, your online crush. I tease everybody, talk shit, and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Everybody likes to joke around. You know? So that's cool. All the women in here, single or not, they always make me laugh, talk a lot of shit, joke around. Sometimes when a woman comes in there and her boyfriend's acting up, and they were like, "Oh, Mark, I need a man like you." I said, "Look, just take a screenshot of me and put it on your fucking wallpaper on your phone and tease the shit out of your man or your ex, or you know, hey, you might if you have to, That's what I tell all the women. If your man's acting up, you always got plan Marky. That's it. That's what I tell everybody. You always got me. Just take a screenshot on me and put on your phone and then make them jealous and shit. Tell them I'm your boyfriend in Bermuda. They'll be all mad and shit. Then it'll make them want you. I can't let this girl go to Bermuda and be with this guy. Fuck that. I'm taking no way. I want you back, no please. Yeah, there you go. I'm told a lot of women on here do that shit. Hey, look, just take a screenshot. You got my permission, and just make them jealous. If I can help your relationship by giving you the screenshot, I'll gladly do that for you. That's all. We always joke around about that shit. We always talk about that. It's funny as hell. But I'm not gonna lie. I've met some very decent women on here. It's just that we live too far away. That's all. We live far away. They don't want to come here, and I don't want to go there. And then, that's just the way it is. But I got pretty close with a few women on here throughout the years. but I've never really, been with them like that. We talk and have fun and talk shit and whatever, but some of them got really crazy. Some were possessive and weird, and some of them are still cool. I still talk to them, still cool with them. It's life. But yeah, I dealt with some craze here and there. But yeah, hopefully I can find somebody like my age bracket, in my age or whatever, somebody that is decent. But it's all good. I got my dog. My parents are still alive and well. I got my sister's my best friend. Got my nephews. Got my work, my job. I got you guys. Life's good. I ain't got nothing to complain about. I don't need no more than that. I've never been the type of guy to have like a shitload of friends. I keep everybody at a distance. I'm like, no, no. You ain't coming to my energy, fucking my shit up, using me. No, no. And lately, like last couple years, I'd say last 3 years, I've really like made sure that I don't fall into that trap of letting somebody in my life like that. Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need. Miss Bikini, I don't know if I've ever told you, but like my auntie, she passed away 5 years ago, and she's my godmother too. And she's like everybody thought she was my mom because we look alike. I could pass to be her son. She never had kids, and her husband died 20 years ago, and she was without her husband for 20 years, and she was a widow for 20 years. And she told me when my godfather passed away, she said to me that one thing that she wished God would do is for married couples to die together so you can die and be in spirit together. And I said, well, unfortunately, that don't happen. But it's also I told her that she didn't know I was a medium, and plus I wasn't really doing too much mediumship stuff 20 years ago anyway. But I kind of knew I was obviously, but just didn't really do it back then. But I told her, I said, you're always gonna have them, in spirit. And she's like, yeah, I agree. And then she said to me, Mark, you're doing the right thing. And I know you don't want to hear it, but you're doing the right thing. Being single, pick and choose who you want to be with. And she said that, love is blind and deaf. And I was like, yeah, tell me about it. And I was like 26 at the time, I think. Yeah, I was like 26. This is back in 2000. Anyway, I was in my 20s, and she said that to me, and she cried and stuff, and she was like, I'm gonna miss my husband and this and that. And I told her, I said, look, I know you don't want nobody, but at the end of the day, you'll always have him in spirit. So just you can still talk to him. You can still he hears you. He'll help you. And she didn't want to listen to all of that. She didn't want to hear that. But I felt bad for her, and she came to Bermuda to visit us, and she ended up her last like year of living was very rough. She fell down and broke her ribs. She was laid up in a bed for a long time. She didn't want to go to a home, so my cousin took care of her. Then my cousin took all her money, her house, and everything. Because my cousin said, if you want me to take care of you, you better give me everything. So yeah, and then she haunted them in spirit right after. So yeah, long story short, um, it's hard for even if you get married and you're happy. Like for you, Miss Bikini, you said you married Phil, and and you were with him for 10 years. but at least he can say his last 10 years of his life, he was with someone who he loved and adored and he had fun with, you know? So now you can live up his memory and just know that he's there for you in spirit. And if it was the opposite way around, I'm sure he would feel the same way. Yeah, and that's a good thing, you know. Same thing with my auntie and stuff. Even my auntie that died last year that left me the inheritance. Like, she had a hard time with her husband. Like, he died 16 years ago, and she was without him too, in a big ass house, all that money, and can't go nowhere. And she ended up getting sick and passing away. So all that fucking money you left for everybody in your house and everything, all for nothing. Like, you worked hard, and then you didn't even get to like really, live your life. So it's sad. Like, she lived to see 83, but what I mean is, like, she never really wanted to go nowhere by herself because she was so missing her husband. So it's like, I always say to myself, if I don't have a wife, then that means I ain't gonna miss nothing I never had. So I rather just, be around my family and that's it. Because I don't want to end up like that. That's gonna like fuck me up. I'll be devastated if that happened to me. And I feel for everybody who loses somebody like that, man. I watch my aunties go through a lot of bullshit. You know? I dread the day when that happens to my parents. But hopefully, everybody's got to go sometime. We have to look at death as not so bad and just realize that spirit's there. That spirit's always there, and you ain't gonna ever lose that person. Don't believe that. That's why there's people like me in the world who are mediums and give you that closure to understand that, hey, if I can see that person, then I know that person's there. So you should believe me and know and believe in your heart that that person is there. And if you don't, they're gonna make you a believer. You know what I'm saying? So it's always tough, but my suggestion is to always acknowledge them in spirit. Mhm. I know it's tough. I when I lost Sue, my friend that used to come in here every day. She was the first one in here and one of the last to leave, or she'd be in here all the time fighting cancer. The last year she was alive, she fought cancer, and she was in my room all the time. And I kept her secret, and I don't, she didn't want me to tell anybody. 'Cause she didn't want sympathy and all that from everybody. She didn't want to like dampen the vibe. And when she passed away, it was weird in here. It was weird not to see her name anymore. I had her WhatsApp, and I'm like, fuck, I can't even. This is bullshit. And there was a lot of times where I needed her expertise. She was very smart. I always used to ask her stuff. And she got so many readings from me, and she'd give me a lot of gifts and things like that. We were very close. But when she went, it was like it messed me up because I was like, I'm looking in the chat and I'm like, yeah, it's real, Mark. She's not here. But when I did mediumship reading for her sister with her, it made me realize that it's realer than it really is. It's super real to like talk to spirit and know that they're there and know that you still have that person in a way where no one else can. It's that's the beauty of it all is when you have somebody in spirit, they belong to you. They belong to you and no one else. They belong to like your family, and they belong to the people that they want to belong to. They make their decisions. So it's all got its pros and cons. It's never the same because they're not physically there. Lala, I see you donated, sweetheart. Thanks. You can go ahead and ask your questions. And thank you. But yeah, death is difficult and it's tough, but we can all get through it. And all we do is the main one of my biggest advice to give to people is to keep acknowledging them. And you'll acknowledge them so much in spirit that you'll be like, okay, cool. This is how I have to deal with this person now. And they're gonna like show you so much more than anyone else can in that type of, world. Everything will start to like pan out. You'd be like, wow, look at that. Wow, this just happened. That just happened. Yeah. You see the synchronicities, you see like feathers, coins, things will be moved in your house. You'd be like, oh God, who the heck moved that? And there's nobody there but you. And it's spirit. And then you're gonna be all fucked up and you're gonna be like, wow, this is crazy. I can't believe this shit just happened. Or all these things happen, trust me. You're like, wow, look at that. And then you'll smell them and they're like, there's gonna be noises, there's gonna be dreams, there's gonna be so many things that you're going to like say to yourself, how the heck is this even possible? Like, how is it even possible? And how is like this even happening? So it's crazy. But when you believe it, you just know. Well, that's good. See, his niece reached out to you, remembering him, and it made me feel. Yeah, exactly. See, and that's the thing. When if you keep like, yeah, and that's a good thing. See, at least somebody cares. At least somebody, acknowledges them. You know, it's like me, my aunties and uncles. I always acknowledge them because I love them. The ones that are in spirit, I love them all. I don't have no beef or no like controversy or anything like bad vibes about any of them. I love them all, and that's one of the reasons why when I do mediumship, it becomes real and more real because they know that that I want to do it and I want to help. So their power reflects on me. Yeah, that's good. And it's good to talk about things like that. And a lot of people go through it. One of my good friends, when she lost her husband, she was in here and she was grieving the same way. And I helped her with her grieving, and she was in here laughing and talking shit with everybody, and she made it. She's still like, she's still okay. I still speak to her every now and then. She's like a sister to me. And when she lost her husband, she was devastated. She was all fucked up for a while, her and her daughter. And, I helped her like overcome things. And then once she was okay, I told her, I said, go live your life. Like, go do the things that he would want you to do. And she did. And she's still doing it. She's an amazing woman. I love her to death. But, I told her, like, stay away from me and the readings right now and just go live your life. Like, get over that shit and just go for it. Like, do what you got to do in your life. Yeah, and that's what she was doing in here too. She was getting readings, but she was also like having fun with everybody, and they were talking about everybody's losses and things like that. Lala, you can ask your questions when you're ready, sweetie. I got your donation. So it's all. You're not the first person to come in here as a widow, and you won't be the last, I'm sure. And I've dealt with this a lot, and it's sad, but it's also like a a recovery period for a lot of people when they come in here. I've seen a few people come in here uh, with the same situations. Yeah, I and what I did for Star with her brother, that made our friendship a lot stronger, and um and that all happened for a reason. See, that spirit bringing you to me so they can help me and you and all of us get helped. And that's the power of spirit that people just don't realize. Spirit like ain't got that type of hatred, when it comes to genuine people, because they know what you're up to. They see and hear what we don't. So that's why this circle happened this year. Is Star just came to me that day. I read for her, and her friend told her, and then next thing you know, she tested it out, and it was a success. And then next thing you know, I have everybody over here, and I've helped lots of people. And when I read for a lot of people, it also helps me, believe that or not, because it helps me like understand and cope with death better, and cope with like, if it happens to me, then I know how to deal with it because I helped everybody else deal with it. See what I'm saying? So like I've seen a lot of my friends pass away and people that I know, family, all that stuff, but we all have. But we all have to like learn how to deal with it. And we have to like overcome it and just keep going and do it for them. Live our lives for the people that have gone. That's all they want at the end of the day. They want us to be happy. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We're all meant to help each other. I helped Star, Star helped me, and then you came over here. Then you met Marley through me. I helped Marley. I just went in her room one day and helped her, and then then you helped her, and then we all help each other, and that's the way it should be. It should never be like I feel like after out of all the 5 years I've been on here, this year, and the end of last year and this year has been my best years on here because I finally found genuine people. Like, I had genuine people back in the day, but they all switched. A lot of them, don't speak to me anymore, and I don't speak to them because they showed their true colors. This year, I've only had like one or two incidents where I had to get rid of somebody, but back then it was a lot worse. So now it's like everything's coming together because spirit's putting everybody in my path that should be in my path, and vice versa. So that's the blessing of it all. And when I hear all of us helping each other in here, that shit makes me happy, more happy than people realize. I've always been the type of person that's gonna help everybody. But don't disrespect me. That's all. And I won't disrespect you. And that's a good way to deal with it. All right, Lala, you said, will Gideon get a job within the next 2 weeks? All right, let's check. I'm getting I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, and it's possible. And I'm going to say that, he can get this in 2 weeks' time. He can get this job. It might be like a job that gives him some stress and stuff. and he might not want it, but he knows that he can't get, might not have to get anything else, so he's gonna take it, type of thing. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's very possible for him to get this job in the next 2 weeks, but it might be, the downfall of it is he might have to make some changes. He might have to do certain things to get this job, and the job's not going to be a job where he can make a lot of money. It's just enough for him to, live, and he's also going to be like up in the air about taking it, but it's like it might be like his only choice, you know? So right now, I think that he's being cautious about getting this job and dealing with it. So I feel like, he could get a job in the next 2 weeks. But if he gets this job, it's a job where he has to change certain things and sacrifice some things. But it's still something that's not going to give him the money that he wants, you know? There's a state job on the table that he doesn't want that would make him move away. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's probably what I see then, because this job might require him to change, like, and to probably move away or go to another state or whatever. But it seems like this is his only choice because nothing else has appeared. But it also is a job that's not going to give him the type of money that he wants, so he might not take it. So this job is like up in the air type of thing. I don't think it's a guarantee, but it's the only thing that he can get right now. But he can control the situation if he wants to, you know. Hold on a second. I need to ask the question in a different way. Hold on. All right. Yeah. I asked if he's like, I asked you the question you asked, right? But you asked if he's gonna be like get a job locally, and I don't see him being local. Like, I don't see him getting a job locally, and this is gonna make things awkward between you and him. And I think that you're gonna be very disappointed at the end of the day once this happens, because there is no other opportunities, and it's making him like kind of feel like things are gonna get more difficult and more like make things, cause obstacles and things like that. So I'm getting that he's not going to be able to stay locally. Yeah, he's probably going to have to go to this state place, this other place. Yeah. Like in the month of June, like this month, I think that he only has this opportunity, right? But in the month of June, there is going to be another opportunity where he can be locally. He can be like, closer to him, or maybe this job that he's going to get, he just has to be out of state for like out of the local area for a little bit. And then next month, they might transfer him. If this place is a place where he can get transferred back or be in like a place in that area or even get like another job, it's very possible that that can happen too. But the thing is with him, I get him as the hermit. So the hermit energy, even if he's not a Virgo, I don't know if he is a Virgo, but with this type of hermit energy, this card's come up 3 times already for him. See, he's the type of person that he he wants to be discreet, he wants to get more knowledge, and he wants to have the solitude too. But he knows that if he withdraws from this job that he might not get another one. So he feels like I have to take it, even if it's gonna cause issues between you and him and be away from his home. Like he if he because he's living in denial. Like he's like, if I don't do it, I might not get nothing else. And then what if I do like, don't take this job, then I'm fucked. I don't have nothing. So like it's like, he doesn't know what to do. Like he's living in denial and he doesn't have no self-confidence is what I'm getting. And his mother, I get a queen of swords here. Like this could be his mom, like telling him, hey, look, even though you're going to be separated and you're going to be lonely, just know that this is a new opportunity. You might not get another one. So it's a pain in the ass. Like he's you know, in between minds. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a woman there, a queen of swords that's like telling him to do it anyway. See, if he leaves, right, which I see is possible. If he leaves, right, he's gonna say to you, look, it's very difficult for me to come back because I just started this damn job. So I can't come back right now because I have to make enough money to make those visits back and forth if he does. But eventually, like I see like him being successful at his job and having to make a decision whether or not he wants to come back or bring you to him or whatever the case may be. But I'm getting like a lot of like uncertain efforts and uncertainty and anxiety and patience. Like it's all about, I think it's more about the money thing where he's like, how am I gonna get all this money and then deal with everything else? And he's anticipating the worst. So if he's like a worrisome type of person, he's gonna always be like that. It's like he feels like, I need to be disciplined, I need to be patient. But then like when he goes through these changes and these difficulties, it's like, how the hell am I gonna do this? Because I'm struggling right now to find a way. So, will he come back to you? I feel like he will, but he's probably gonna, tell you, hey, look, it's difficult for me to do it. So if he doesn't, if he says to you, I can't come visit you, maybe you're gonna have to go visit him, you know. But I'm getting a lot of anxiety, uncertainty, impatient. Make like he wants to act on this, but he like is in the back of his mind, he doesn't want to do it. You know, that's the thing. Yeah, in June, like I said, there's another opportunity to be there, to have a better job. But the thing is it might be like with the same company, but he'll say, look, I want to be closer locally to him or whatever. So they might give him the opportunity in June. Or he might say, you know what? He might take this job, go, and then not like it, and then find another job locally. So it could be both things. Because the way the cards come out, it gives me both scenarios. So he might leave and go take this job and then realize he made a mistake. And then while he's at this job, he says, I should see if I can get a different job. And I feel like in June, he'll have another opportunity to be closer to him and have like a better job. But that's all like up to him, because I get a lot of like him being influenced probably by this Queen of Swords, and also like to not make things worse between you and him. Exactly. So right now he has a lot of anxiety from all ends, and he's very uncertain about what efforts he should put into and what he should do and what he should not do. So it's really hard for him right now. So, and he expects the worst, unfortunately. Like, see, he's like, it's almost like he's waiting for like a tribulation, like that, like how you're waiting for your court date, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to go, like because I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. And he's feeling like that energy. Like I get that off of him. Like he's not sure about what the hell he's gonna do, because he doesn't want to like upset himself or anybody else. But at the same time, he needs a job. So whatever the case may be, from what I see here, he's gonna make a decision that he has to live with, and then a new decision will come around. But he has to take the decision. Like I don't think that he's gonna be happy with this job, and he's gonna end up finding another one. So it's all up to him. See, the cards are just saying what could happen with him, and his energy is so fluctuating that it's you never really know. But the energy right now, today, that's the energy. So all that can change because of how he is, and what job he wants. We all have that final decision. Yeah. Well, sometimes you can say blue in the face about what you feel is right, but that's the person's decision. And you know what, Lala, sometimes you gotta let people make mistakes. You can't just always save them all the time. You can't save them all the time. That reminds me about what happened today. Like I told this lady back in February to tell her coworker to not get involved in somebody's life and watch out for the person. And then she told her and she didn't pay attention. And then she got caught up with this guy's lies and ended up looking like an idiot. And I said, well, I predicted that fucking months ago. I tried telling you, don't deal with that guy, and this is in person, like. I just knew it. And then yesterday it actually came to fruition. It actually happened. And I was involved. And I was end up being the one that put the person in their place after warning her through her friend. But see, some people have to learn the hard way. Now that she learned the hard way and she didn't want to listen, now she knows the truth. Now she knows not to say anything. Well, I'll give you some hope, Lala. My uncle, well, my dad came to Bermuda from Portugal, and he was here for 18 months before he brought my mom to Bermuda to be with him. So he didn't see her for 18 months, and they still got married, you know? And they've been together for 60 years. almost. And my uncle, he was married with 2 kids, came to Bermuda to work for 12 years on and off, and he went back and he was with his wife. It's just sometimes there has to be a give and take, and that's what a relationship and a marriage is all about. For richer, for poor, for sickness and in health. For the bad times, the good times. That's a lot of bullshit and sacrifice. But if you're meant to be with each other, you'll stay with each other. You know. And I don't think he's the type of guy to be like, oh yeah, I don't need you. I'll go find somebody else. You know. I don't think he's like that. But at the same time, it all depends on if you're patient enough and you want to wait, or you want to find somebody else. It's also in your hands too. You can say, look, you're going away from me. I don't want you. Then I'm going to go somewhere else. And then he might say, well, whatever, good riddance. Or he might say, hey, no, don't do that shit. Just wait for me. I ain't going to do nothing with nobody. Yeah. So there's a lot of things. That's why I'm telling you those things, because you never know. Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't see like anybody. I don't feel like he's that type of womanizer. Let's go get another woman vibe. I don't see that in the cards either. I don't get a sneaky energy on him. I just get him as the hermit. He rather like work and stay home than go gallivant and go look at some other hope. You know, I don't get that energy from him, because I don't get that player type guy energy off of him like that. He's more like a settled, calm to himself type of guy. He ain't gonna want to do all of that. He's gonna go work home, and that's it. I don't see him like, a guy that's out on the town with all his boys and his, and his all these women and shit. Well, yeah, there you go. Sometimes this is a test. See, it's a test to see if you're meant to be. That's all. It's a test of time. That's exactly what happened with COVID. When COVID came, it was to test you. It was to test everybody's love for each other. Everybody had to be on lockdown and see what it's like to be with each other 24/7. And that's why we had a lot of divorce in the last 3 years. Because a lot of people realized that who they married was a fucking idiot, and who they were with was not the right person, because they end up being with them 24/7, locked in their homes. So COVID made a lot of people open their eyes. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he lacks confidence. And I see that. That's why the hermit is a person who lacks confidence. They live in denial. They go really slow. They don't really want to like evolve or do anything right away. They're just there. Like they just don't really give a shit. Whatever happens, happens. They'll take whatever comes. Yep. A lot of people failed in that COVID era. Miss Bikini. There you go. I honestly feel that way. Like that's a time period, you know. That's a time period that people. That's a time period where people either evolve together or disconnected. So it's pretty sad that that happened. But for some people, it was good. For me, it was good. I get to come on here and evolve with everybody and talk to everybody, and it was a great time for me. I didn't have any COVID like nightmares, but COVID was actually beneficial for me. I went through good times during that time, so I was like, yeah, baby, good. All right, Lala. Yeah, a lot of COVID babies. Yep. Everybody was saying fucking. I knew who weren't. Babies for me yet. I don't want no COVID babies. No thanks. Just like you said, Miss Bikini, see, I got that unvaxxed D. So they want the unvaxxed D. I better not say that too loud. Yeah, they might want it right now. I used to joke so much about that shit back a while ago. I used to say, yeah, you guys need that vaccinated coochie, or else you're gonna catch COVID. I used to joke about that shit all the time. You was always in here laughing like crazy, talking that shit. I used to say that shit every day. Yeah, I'm going away get some vaccinated coochie, man. I was like, shut the fuck up, man. Yeah, they're gonna once they find out I got that unvaxxed D, they're gonna be chasing me. See, that's good though. That's my only hope now, Miss Bikini. That's my only hope. That's gonna be the number one question when they start, talking to me. Did you or didn't you? I said, nope, I didn't. Oh, thank God. All right, I'll bend over and you can drive. That's what they're gonna say to me. I'll be like, okay, I'll drive, no problem. Oh man. All right, Lala. If you guys are apart, it's saying here that a lot of anxiety again. I get him again here. A person with impatience, anxiety. He's also gonna feel like he needs a lot of money in order to, um, you know, see you or travel toward you or get you to travel to see him if that's the case. I still get a lot of difficulties and just trying to keep yourselves disciplined from the anticipation of things, being that way. I also get that he's going to feel like he's going to ruin your relationship by going on to this place if you do be apart. Like he's gonna think that he's making a mistake. He's gonna think that, I'm gonna end up causing myself and Lala to, to fight or to have a discrepancy or, argument. He doesn't want to make a mistake to ruin what you guys have. I get him a lot here, like all in the cards. And I get like a lot of like mental thoughts and like always having anxiety and fearing the worst. I keep getting the same thing over and over with him, Lala. It's more him. I don't even get you in the cards here. It's just him like thinking that, yeah, she's gonna leave me now. So he might fear that you're going to leave. He's gonna fear that he makes that mistake by doing that. So there's a lot of mental like anguish here and just overthinking, repeating things, having like that temporary seclusion from each other. Like I don't think that this is gonna be too long, Lala. So it's not really nothing to worry about. Like even if you guys are separated, it's not going to be for a long period of time. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like it's a bad thing. I just feel like it's more of a a trial and tribulation. Like, let's see what happens. And then I don't think he's gonna like where he is and he's gonna want to find another place and come back in. But people try because they have no options at the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. If you have a chat with him and tell him, look, if you do this, just know that I'll be here waiting for you. And if you need support, we'll do that. Just try it and see if it works. If it works, it works. If not, then you always welcome. You always can come in. Yeah, exactly. It's all him here. It's all because you're asking about him. But I think you're, like I said, when you don't show up in the reading, right? And it's all him. It's because he fears the worst, and I keep getting that with him. I always have. It's like you like you said, he's real drama. Yeah, because he doesn't want to make an impulsive mistake. He doesn't want to make a mistake that causes him more drama or more worry. And because he has so much indecisiveness, that's why it happens that way. That's why he shows up in the cards. Because he anticipates the worst. He might be, I don't know if he's a negative person, but cancer guys are very worrisome. My brother's a cancer and he's worried about everybody and everything that's in front of him. And he always makes bad mistakes and poor choices. So yeah, I get it. And they live off their emotions. See, they're too emotional. They get too caught up in what if, what could, what should, what will be. Instead of doing it and just shutting up, that's what they be doing. Yeah, if he's not negative, it's just more of like a worrisome feeling. You know, Negative is one thing, and like negative is like putting a negative in your words. Like, I don't think I can do it. I don't know if I can. I'm never gonna get this. I'm never gonna get that. If he says shit like that, that's the negative talk that gets him caught up. But if he doesn't say that, it's just his anxiety and his feelings that throws him off. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, and that's gonna continue with him if he feels that way. But I honestly feel from looking at the cards, if he does go, right, and he makes that choice, it ain't gonna last. He'll be back before you know it, because he's not gonna like it, and then he's gonna find something else, and then next thing you know, in June he'll be back. Yeah, of course, because obviously you know what you have and you don't know what you're gonna get. But I don't see him like wanting somebody else. I don't get that. Because if he did want somebody else, he'd be rushing to go and get away from you. You see what I'm saying? I would get like a freer energy. Like, yeah, I'm going. Smell you later. I'm out of here. I don't need you. Goodbye. But see, I don't get that in the cards. I get more of a homebody type guy where he ain't really worried about all that shit. It's more like his emotions and his feelings of what am I doing? How am I gonna do this? There's more involvement of his work life and his stability. It's not never shows me another woman or anything like that. So yeah, that's good. I think he knows deep down inside that he's secure with you and you won't leave him, so he ain't gotta worry about it. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's probably it right there. Yeah, I remember you said that his family's negative. Yeah. So he's got like an ear full of positivity from you, and an ear full of negativity from them. That's why I said that. Because I get that there's negativity, feelings sometimes where he just like gets very, he anticipates the worst. Yeah, exactly. So there you go. Sometimes you have to like allow him to do what he has to do and don't pressure him, just support him. So when something happens, he can say, at least you supported me, you never was against me. You let me, figure it out on my own because my family had me all fucked up. So that's the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is just like stay in your lane, let him make the mistakes or let him make the decision he needs to make, whether it's good or bad, and just live with it, and just say, you know what? I know he ain't going nowhere. And I don't see him going anywhere, to be honest. Like, not from you. So you're good, La. He'll be fine. I don't see him, like, being away too far, too long anyway, even if he does. If he does, it doesn't. So we shall see. See how it all pans out. That's all. Anyway, time's flying by. Can't believe it's 1 o'clock in the morning again. It's like every day I see this time and I'm like, fuck, it's time to go to bed, bro. I'm back to my old way of staying on here all late. I'm surprised nobody's in around here. There's only a couple people. Dang, nobody loves me tonight. All right, that's cool. Not every night's the same. Last night I had everybody in here. And tonight I've only got a few. But it's cool. Everybody's probably tired. I keep everybody up all night. See? Yeah, it's all good. Now I'm not like I'm not, you know. I know how people are. Tomorrow's Friday, see, so that's why everybody's in their bed early because they want that check tomorrow. They act like they think I'm dumb. No, I know. They all went in their bed. Whoever ain't in here, they're in their bed early because they want that check tomorrow. They make sure they go work early on Fridays. Damn mofos. Yeah, some people get paid, every week. I'm just joking anyway, but I realize that tomorrow's Friday. So a lot of people, it's late anyway. But it's all good. Some days there's only a couple of people, and some days there's a lot of people. It just depends. But yeah. All right, love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you guys coming by and having fun. And tomorrow I'll be on here at some point. I might be here during the day because it was raining here off and on all day today. That's why I came on earlier. But tomorrow morning I should be here, or tomorrow like afternoon or something like that. So yeah, I'll be around tomorrow during the day. Alrighty. I will see you all tomorrow. You guys have a great Friday, and if I don't see you, have a good weekend. And if I do see you, have a good weekend anyway. But yeah, good night. Take care, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Bye, Ninja. Bye, Lala. Bye, Miss Bikini.